この配信はグラのスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Hello, hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I'm TheNando, your strategist VTuber, and today you cannot see my model because it does clash quite aggressively with capture H for CPU usage, but I am glad to be here. I need to update the thank you screen that is at the start of my streams because Krenantost's name is missing. Last Saturday was my 1-year anniversary as a VTuber, and we got quite a show of support. And Van, I need to add Van as well. Salut, Nando! No small Nando on the street. No, because today I'm covering Age of Empires, and the software that I use for Age of Empires, I should add a PNG. The software that I use for Age of Empires really hates VTube Studio. Probably something about CPU usage and all of those thingamajigs. But there is one thing that I want to... There is one point I want to make related to that concept. The other day I was talking with some friends, talking about content creation, all the fun conversations. And there's a habit I want to start including on every one of my streams. And it is a habit that I feel like it's beneficial in two different ways. Which is to, whenever I start the stream, start with a little bit of a yap. Regardless of the type of content, always start with a little bit of a, hey, how are you guys doing? I hope things are going great. And what are the twofold advantages? First, it means that if you're a regular and you do not like a specific type of content, for example, imagine you're one of my regulars, you like the TheNando vibes, but you are not a fan of Age of Empires in specific. Well, since my Age of Empires stream starts with a little bit of yep, that means that all of my regulars will have something that they can look forward to, even if they do not enjoy that particular type of content. And this will be valid for probably all my streams except collabs, because collabs tend to be more restrictive in terms of format, but I want to start all of my streams with a little bit of a yap, be it Age of Empires, be it Go. So I want to implement that. And the second advantage is for those who are here for the content itself, those who are here for Age of Empires, those who are here for Go. Maybe they don't want to miss the first minute of the action, and this gives a buffer zone for these people to join, for those people to not miss the start of the content that they want. But let me say hello to everyone. I see Van over there on YouTube. Hello, hello, Van. I do have a little nano in the corner now, not completely sedge. And on Twitch, Michan, Fallon, and Dizzy. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, now that I can yap, now that I have this opportunity, I do have 2 or 3 cool topics that I want to go over. First one that was really surprising was that yesterday I was not on TV, but kind of. There was this online VTuber show named Who Wants to Be a Gallionaire. It's basically Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, but VTuber edition. And the production levels were really cool. It was a really fun show. And I wasn't a guest on the show. If I was, I would have promoted my presence there. However, my good VTuber friend Almantas was there. And since this is like, I want to be a millionaire, he had the lifelines. And I was his phone a friend lifeline. And he actually used the lifeline. He called me on the second to last question. It was the question for $4.50. The total price was $5. Amazing. And I could help him with the question. I was so anxious because I was seeing the previous questions and they were all so difficult. I'm like, oh no, if Almantas calls me for this one, I'm doomed. And then the question that it shows was, what country are cinnamon rolls from? And I knew they were European, but in my mind, okay, I think Southern Europe sweets, and I think things with a lot of custard, a lot of butter, a lot of pastries, a lot of eggy things. When I think about more of the northern side of Europe, I think bready stuff with a twist, like bread with ginger, bread with cinnamon. I associate that with Germany. Exactly, Michan. Germany would be my main guess. Germany, Netherlands. The options were France, Italy, Canada, or Sweden. And that's why I looked out, because I was like, okay, it has to be Sweden. It won't be, it doesn't sound French at all. I know it's European. Italy, no way. If Germany was an option, I would have gone for Germany. Yeah, Canada could have been a good option. I was lucky because I knew that cinnamon rolls were European. So Canada would have been a menace, could have been a threat if I didn't know that they were European from the get-go. But I went with Sweden, and it was the correct answer. I'm glad I could have helped Almantas there. And what else? Oh, I did go to the cinema yesterday. It's rare for me to watch movies. I went to see Hamnet, the current film about Shakespeare's life, and I love Shakespeare's work, and I really enjoyed the movie. Not a movie for everyone. It is quite a heavy movie. In terms of some topics, everyone in the cinema was crying. But for me, the main topic of the movie, of course, it's a movie that's very focused on grief. But more than grief itself, for me, the main topic is how humans can use art to process and express their own emotions. How art is a way to process your own emotions. So I did went to see Hamnet, and I really enjoyed it. Production value was off the hooks, and I think it is my recommendation, not for everyone, but if you like emotional movies, if you're interested in Shakespeare and everything, I think it is a solid one. Did you see Gladiator 2? Not yet. And I saw Gladiator 1 quite a few times, but always like showing on TV. I don't think I ever sit down to watch Gladiator from start to finish. Everybody was crying during Gladiator 2 as well. Ah, okay, okay. I went to see Hamnet. And like, I could hear, at the start of the movie, I just heard popcorn, like, at the end of the movie, I just heard, and everyone, like, some people with hiccups. When the lights turned on, everyone was like rubbing their eyes. um, it's funny because I didn't cry during the movie myself. I cry more reading books than watching movies. I think I got halfway into Gladiator 2's trailer, and that's all I've seen. Oh, I didn't see. I was talking about Hamnet. I didn't see the trailer for Hamnet, and I'm glad because after the movie, I saw the trailer and I was like, "Damn, uh, this is really not the movie for me." The movies don't. No, dude, I saw the trailer and I was like, "Damn, the trailer spoils so much." I'm glad I didn't watch the trailer before the movie. I mean, it's a historically inspired movie, so if you know a bit about William Shakespeare's life, you do know quite a lot of spoilers. But it was like a mix between historical facts and, of course, the movie magic. But it was nice. The movies don't really do it for me. Books can make me cry. Yeah, like in movies, depends on the type of soundtrack. Also, I think if I'm alone watching the movie, it's a lot easier for me to cry than watching it in a cinema. I think the fact that other people were crying and I'm listening to some people get like the crowd effect, I'm like the opposite. The fact that other people are doing it makes me more. Did he get to use his noble phantasm? Yes, no spoilers, but that's on the later half of the movie. Yes, freaking everything is a Fate reference. I hate it when trailers spoil the movie. If I know I'm likely to like a movie, I'll avoid watching the trailer. Exactly. I don't recommend watching the trailer for Hamnet at all. Just go in and enjoy the movie if you can, if you're going to watch it. Uh, but yes, I'm going to do these warm-up talks for my stream every time now. But now it's time for the action. It's time for Age of Empires. I'm experimenting something new today because the Age of Empires sounds are quite pleasant, like the wood chopping and everything. You may notice an absence of BGM. That is not a mistake. I'm experimenting. I'm seeing how will the stream go today with no BGM. That way you can put your own BGM on your side of things. Wait, did I close the you can see me on all platforms, right? I think I closed a window that I shouldn't have on my computer, but I don't think it affects anything. Am I still live on YouTube and Twitch? Please? Like muscle memory made me close a window that I shouldn't. Oh no, no one is replying. Hello, still live. Thank you. Ah, nice, nice, nice. And hello, Tommy on YouTube. You leave. Okay, 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 okay. Glad to know. Still live on Twitch. Okay. Just closed the wrong window, but I'm glad there were no consequences. But yes, we are here today to cast Metal Mania versus Jag Warrior. These are two players that I've cast in the past, both of them, and I am surprised uh, to see them face against each other. Because when I first cast Jag Warrior, he was a much lower ELO player. I remember Metal Mania from being around 1600. I remember Jag Warrior being not as high. So he definitely did a surprising ELO climb along the community tourney. And let's start with the first steps. Let's go over the drafts. We're going to start on Volcanic Island. This is a really cool map. One of the maps that can be the most aggressive. And then Jag Warrior has Eruption and Alpine Lakes, two open maps that are quite big, in my opinion. And Metal Mania has Mountain Range and Moats. Moats is a weird one. Moats is such a weird map. I cast it for the first time last week. Moats is a weird one, and we won't see neither dingoes nor ring forest. For Civs, in the random bands, we had Lithuanians, Persians, Portuguese, Romans, Japanese, Burgundians, Berbers, Magyars, Dravidians, and Burmese. I think those are superb bands. Really strong Civs. Lithuanians and Persians. Koreans are probably one of the top Civs right now. Japanese. Magyars are also a top contender every single time. So luck really struck the strong Civs. And then for random picks, Metal Mania had Bohemians, Italians, and Mongols. And then picked Slavs, Maya, Wei, Malians, Poles, Britons, and stole Byzantines. Oh, nice. Briton player, always respect. I always show respect for Briton players. That's not the reason why I picked this set, but now I'm glad I did. Even though I'm friendly towards Jaguar and he supports me a lot, you are playing versus a Briton player, Jaguar, and I respect them Briton players. And Jaguar has the Goth, the Byzantines, Hindustanis, Wu, Georgians, Malay, Romans, Saracens, and Shu, and he stole the Mongols, of course, Hindustanis and Saracens. Olsen, Wei got sniped, but overall, even the random Civs, both players got a random Civ stolen. Mongols and Byzantines. Italians are also a top pick. Goths. Some players don't like to play them, but I think Goths can be a threatening Civ under the right circumstances. I think the draft here is full of solid Civs for both players. And these maps, they all are a little bit open, a little bit big. I think Cavalry is maybe missing a little bit for the style of maps. But if you go map by map, for example, Malay for Alpine Lakes, Volcanic Island, what could go for Volcanic Rome? Too? Goth? Well, no need to guess. We can jump right into the action, and I'm going to start with match number 1, loading up here on Capture Age. And hello everyone, and welcome to the Forlorn Cup. This is the semi-final of the Champions Bracket. We have 2 players facing off against each other who are sitting at around the 1600 ELO mark in the south side of this volcanic island. In the grey color, playing as the Malians, we have Metal Mania. And if we pan towards the north, in the green color, leading the Goths, we have Jaguar. And let's see what these players will bring to the table. Volcanic Island, this is a map where all resources are kind of segregated. You want wood, it's all in the middle. You want gold, it's in these piles. 3 piles of gold. You want stone, well, it's surrounding the map. It's on these small islands. There's no stone outside this outer ring. You want food? Well, you have your starting deer. You have your boars. After that, all food on the map will be salmons. Of course, you can add your farm, so it's hard to restrain food access. But that's the gist of this map. Not a very big map, and resources are quite concentrated. So, common win condition in this map is to deny your opponent access to a resource. Deny him gold, deny him wood, and you can grab yourself a win like that. And hello, Daniel C. 1100, welcome. Let's see how the scouting is. Quite neat scouting for Metal Mania, doing the donuts around the base. Jaguar with a more erratic scouting. I mean, he's also more focused on pushing the deer. Metal Mania is not deer pushing, it's just scouting. And it is Monday, it is the start of the week. I hope everyone is having a lovely Monday so far. I hope the week kicked off on the right foot. I want to change my username to D1100 also on here, but YouTube really doesn't like that name. No! Yeah, usernames and things like that. Lori, if I see another boom game on this map, I cry. Yeah, last time it was quite a boomy situation. Jag Warrior versus Metal Mania. I'm not sure we're going to reach that level of boom. Of course, you have Goths versus Malians. They are two great civs. But last time it was Malians as well. And Farimba decided the game. So will it be a Farimba game again? What are the ELOs here? Oh, they are on top of the screen. Maybe a little bit hard to see, especially if you're on mobile. Jaguar is sitting at 1618 ELO. And Metal Mania at 1603. So only a 15 ELO gap. No one is the favorite when it comes to ELO today. Both players doing a solid start. Anyone docking? I see a dock from Jag Warrior, any dock from Metal... Yes, both players have docked. Metal Mania's dock has access to 6 fish. Jag Warrior's dock has access to 6 fish. Yeah, usually the corners try to be coherent and have access to more fish. And then there's these breaks here. I always forget to check there as other castles put them in the other spot. True. There's definitely not enough contrast. Yeah. This is the default that comes from Capture. Oh, we see Jaguar here, reaching forward. His scout gets stoinked, and he's paying attention. Man, I'm around this silo, and I feel so frustrated whenever I lose a scout to a TC. It still happens to me. I was about to say that's less common in tournament maps, but these aren't tournament maps. They are, but they aren't at the same time. It's Schrodinger's maps. Schrodinger, in this case, being our beloved host, Beargwyn. I wonder if he shows today. If he shows up today, I will sing him happy birthday. Because it's our host, Beargwyn's birthday today. But so far, not a lot of very uneventful Dark Age. Will we see We see Militia from the Malians, and Malians are a superb civ. The fact that their buildings are cheaper, villagers drop off more gold, like it's just a small trickle of different economic bonuses that stack together and that make the game flow in a nicer way. They have a very complete stack tree early on, and then in the late game, Farimba is enough to complete your late game plan. And of course, in some civs, the unique unit is not very relevant. The Gabeto can be extremely threatening. Goths, on the other side, we've all seen Spirit of the Law videos, we've all seen the Goth game plan. Infantry, spam those Huskarls, spam everything. So in the late game, these are kind of two civs that can face off well against each other. I would assume. I still prefer the Malians if it goes super late. And here, the numbers advantage for Metal Mania is quite relevant, and he will get Man-at-Arms first. But good engagement out of Jag Warrior. Getting a few hits. The Scout will make this a lot harder. The Scout can make you force engagements. It can block the units. And Jag Warrior will lose a Militia here. Oof, Metal Mania starts off on the right foot. And now the echo is open. Can the walls go up on time? Nice quick walls. Very nice quick walls out of Jag Warrior. Saving what could have been a disaster of an early game, buying time. And now that he has time, what's your answer to this pressure? I mean, double P-Dex is nice, but you need to answer the units knocking on your door. I see a Hulk. Are you building a Hulk here? That's a peculiar choice, a defensive Hulk. I don't think that's needed in this map. Forward docks are not that common. And we see archers following up. Yeah, Malians are great in the early game. The archer follow-up just exponentially increases the danger, how dangerous this pressure is. And this is all your word access. This map really forces you to expand, and we see double archery range out of Jag Warrior. You are the goths, you don't want to play archery ranges, but it is a correct call when you are under pressure. You need to focus on what is best to survive, not what is my Thief's #1 strength. And some archers being added, so not going for the skirms to deal with the archers, adding his own archers. We'll see kind of a mirror matchup, and if it's mirror builds, remember how much things snowball. Mirror builds are by far the most unforgiving. 1 unit down means a lot, so it was good that Jag Warrior got a unit back in his kill count. Metal Mania building some walls, and Lori with the commentary. It's a great forward dock map, at least it was before the water rework. Yeah, oh, we see Caster eating his words, saying that the ship wasn't needed, and the ship immediately will pay off. So I'm being thrown under the bus for being an absent caster. Oh, that was a dangerous position to be in. But good reaction. Both players are paying attention to where they have to look. Hulks can deny dogs, true. But they can spot them. That already makes a little bit of a difference, but yes. The dock will go up. And Hulks can deny Hulks. But it is so hard to balance your economy. You're thinking about wanting to be the first to Castle Age. Can you change it? No, I can't, Crab and Toast. Sorry. I don't think I can. I could change the player colors. But I mean, changing the player colors, I think green and gray has enough of a contrast. And changing them just for the yellow number, I don't think it's worth it. That's a lot of army. Exaggerate is the worst. And yeah, if you're an army disadvantage, I kind of like the move of not you can't afford to engage your opponent. Your opponent has the heal. You will lose the barracks. And Metal Mini is researching arson. So yeah, we see backside engagement to use the heal to your advantage. And nice engagement out of Jag Warrior. Taking down all the range, all the archery ranges. That army was causing so much pressure, and Jag Warrior cleared it all in one fell sweep. Really nice pincer. And the units ungarrisoned from the barracks, well played. That's another thing. In a lot of VTubers, we just think about unit comps. Setting up unit engagements, taking the time to have the good battles and everything makes so much of a difference. Okay, galleys are being added, and even though galleys counter Hulks, the Hulks are on your face. I don't think they'll have a good time. Now, Jag Warrior is going for the counter-attack, and this is where a lot of 1600 ELO players can lose the advantage that they gain. They won a battle, they focus on the counter-attack, and then they lose their own army as well. No eco KD yet from either player. Both players doing a good job at sustaining the eco. And I think, yeah, this attack from Jag Warrior doesn't make Jag Warrior lose the game, but it makes him lose the advantage that he had gained. He had an army lead. With that army lead, he could just think about, okay, I can go castle now without adding any more army because my army will deal with any pressure that will come. And by forcing the counter-attack, yes, you force army out of your opponent, but you also had some suboptimal engagements. Force coloring for Metal Mania, I mean on the way. Jaguar hasn't clicked it yet, and both players are still away from Castle Age. I think the galleys here, I think this will be unfortunate for Jaguar. If you can have a demo, maybe, but the Hulks have so much HP that they counter demos. And of course, I am talking, I am commentating. The game is so much easier when you have the caster vision. I think the galleys, I'm talking about more of the counter attack when I'm saying it's a matter of caster vision, because I think the galleys are just a wrong choice. I think it's lack of experience with the new water patch. I don't think they will be happy. I think it's someone who looks at the tech tree description and it says that galleys counters hulks. I don't know if it actually says that. But yeah, the galleys just take so much damage. It's hard to micro them here. There's a battle here as well. A lot of skirms fighting. Yeah, and without micro, look, the galleys... If this was 4 hulks versus 3 hulks, the hulks just win. Since it's galleys, they may win, but that's a lot of micro. That's a threatening amount of skirms now. The galleys do win. Fire galley comes out, and it's just 2 versus 1, so the fire galley should clear them out. And we see Metal Mania. No, both click up to Castle Age. Metal Mania was indeed the first, but not a significant difference, and Metal Mania has snowballed quite a lot of skirms. Jaguar playing with the Goths. Of course, if you can reach her Skarls, those skirms will be useless. But for now, without Siege, there's not a great answer for all of these skirms. They are in such quantity. They can doink farms. No, they don't. Oh, is that... Okay, that isn't open. That could have been a disaster. Oh, and now the wall line is great enough that you can... is big enough that you can just go on the other side. So these pressure will stall out. And we see... Yeah. Now in Castle Age, there's a lot of options to deny the skirms. One siege unit like a Scorpion supported by knights, and like 2 knights, and these skirms are all useless. Oh! That's the thing. So many things going on in when a map is hybrid. Both of them decided to expand to the same water. Actually, Metal Mania being greedier and going for his second corner pawn, but also fighting over Jaguar's second corner pawn. We see Castle Age going in, gold mining, bloodlines forging, and we see 2 knights on the way for Jaguar. So yeah, Goth Knights, I mean, if you're early castle, almost every sieve is the same. It's one thing to play Goth Knights in late game, in the middle game, all sieves are roughly the same, and Metal Mania was the aggressor for most of the map. That means that his economy is way more exposed. This wall is not efficient. It's not a blockade, and some knights here at the right time can cause a lot of damage. But Jaguar also has a lot of economy that is now inefficient fishing ships. The skirms are there causing damage. The knights are here. Do they have armor? They have +1 armor. 3 knights against all of these skirms, and there are still no Castle Age upgrades. I think the knights will melt this. Yeah, look, they take no damage. Second TC is up for Jaguar. Second TC is on the way for Metal Mania. Isn't picking great admin loss? Hello, Gimote. Welcome. Yeah, all of these will get cleaned up. And we see the counter knights from Metal Mania. That's the thing. All the battles are being away from Metal Mania's economy. Oh, nice villager pick there in the corner. I think these knights should head into... I mean, now there's a TC here. Their window took us a lot of damage, but they're still exposed gold. We see second armor upgrade, and we see that Jaguar is succeeding at taking down this stock. Yeah, Knights in the economy. Yeah, just take down the skirms. KD is in favor of Jack Warrior. Economy is roughly even. How important is water on this map? I don't think it's the most important, but definitely if you're the player with more water, it's definitely a lead that can snowball. There's not a lot of resources in this map overall. Of course, you have a lot of wood here in the center, and you can add a bunch of farms. Jaguar Warrior with a commanding army lead now. Medium warships on the way for Metal Mania, so trying to contest water. And yeah, Jag Warrior gets the eject here before the upgrades are in. Yeah, water is strong in feudal, but there it falls off hard. Yeah, and the thing is, all water that you can get here will always be exposed throughout the game. So if you try to fish boom too hard, your opponent will punish you. This is a lot of hybrid terrain water, so your opponent's knights, he doesn't even need to add water to counter your fishing eco. That's a lot of hulks here. I mean, just 5, but still it felt like it was more. So two ponds, 2 corner ponds for each player. I mean, there's this, but adding a dock for 225 is not worth it. Yeah, probably. I think probably Malay would be the only civ that could pull it off. But I think if you're in a position that you're fish booming in this map and being allowed to, you're probably already so far ahead that the fish boom will not make any difference. But that's basically my call. If fish booming is helping you here, you're already winning. I mean, you can set some here. And I'm talking about late game fish booming, fish trapping, not regular fish. And now the game. Lori, you said, what did you wanted a boom game. That's what you said, right? That you wanted both players to boom? Metal Mania does have 3 TCs now. It's 3 versus 2 TCs, and that advantage can start snowballing. Monks added from Jag Warrior. Some pikes, a little bit of everything here. But yes, Lori, the players will honor your wishes. And go imp, go boom. Who knows how many TCs. Playing 2 TCs versus 3 TCs. The thing is, okay, Metal Mania has more TCs, so he's investing more into economy. There's a price to play, which is that he's behind in military. If his military disadvantage does not get punished, his greed will be rewarded. Jag Warrior will keep falling behind if he does not take down villagers, or if he doesn't boom. No Malian Camel in a Knight versus Knight. That is true. Malian have good camel even before Farimba is in. I mean, they have camel. They don't have good camel, they have camel, period. And camels are good in a Knight v Knight scenario. This is something that a lot of players underestimate the importance of. And that's what I talked about Jag Warrior's army lead. This engagement is a bit bad. Not a bit bad, this is very bad. What I was saying about the army lead is that just pressuring buildings is better than having your army at home when you're ahead in army. This is a wonky engagement. Not sure if this favors, because I think Metal Mini will start winning the left flank and then get the heal advantage. That was a rough engagement for Jag Warrior. Yeah, now the war galleys are here taking down his fish eco. His army is just scattered, his military units, and we see the forward castle. No, this is Metal Mania's castle. I was about to say, if this was Jag Warriors, yeah, Jag Warrior, that's the thing. The army that Jag Warrior had could have been the support for this castle. Losing that army at that time means that you cannot afford to place a forward castle. This castle is just to secure this gold, but it could have been stronger. It could have been denying some wood. I hate Jack's castle so much. I understand it, but I don't like it. But I think he was also kind of forced into a bad position. And now the knights are in. Hello, Jack Warrior. And hello, Beargwyn. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to our admin, to our host. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Beargwyn. Happy birthday to you. The man with a face. Beargwyn now has a face. In this part of the lore. Yes, everyone in chat, wish a happy birthday to Beargwyn. Our host. And howdy, Pickle McDillionaire. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and I think now Jaguar is on the way to Imp. The very happy birthday that was sung to me today, 11. Let's go. Nice, nice. Jack Warrior, I feel like this game, I think it was extremely close. The match, there were so many moments. I think Jaguar, it's like lost units at some key moments. That engagement there was rough. And he's about to reach Imp, which is great, especially because the castles are locking down position. So if Jack Warrior can sustain Imp for a bit, he has a lot of food and gold. If he can transition into a lot of infantry, get the Goth wave rolling, he can still make it back to the game. The next moment will be critical. He needs to make sure that he doesn't take critical damage. Oh yeah, hand cannoneer as well for Goths would help with dealing with the knight pressure. But it is so much damage. The Gabeto are in. Why did I delete my university right now? Wait. Let's rewind. Where did that happen? Oh, no, I think the Gabetos just melted it. No, you didn't delete it. Happy birthday. Let's go. Imagine a birthday cake that TheNando forks out of. Oh, do you delete these Rex? Yeah, it looked like deleted from the side. Yeah, the battles are just melting everything. And yeah, on the way to Imp, but the Vil lead is so massive right now. And by the way, Beargwyn, everyone knows that the biggest Giga Chads have birthdays on March, because my birthday is also 19 days from now. 24th of March. I would imagine a birthday cake baked by Shirtless Nano, where Shirtless Nano comes... I do not come out of cakes shirtless. I need to deal with this slander, these allegations. I just eat cakes. That's my role. Yeah, the Gabeto right now, there's no answer on the field for the Gabeto out of the Goth. Yeah, no university means no chemistry, means no hand cannoneers. That's a desperation castle. Wow, in my family we have 3 birthdays in 4 days, mine being the last. In my family there's also a lot of birthdays in March and April. And I was celebrating birthdays this weekend as well, of friends. Jag Warrior down to 90 pop. Yeah, the Trev are just having existential crisis. the Pikeman will not be very happy versus Cabeto, and now Metal Mania reaches him, cancelling the only advantage that Jack Warrior had. Friends, I thought we were your only friends. True, that is true. I only live online. I'm not the VTuber who touches the most grass in the world. Trust, trust. And hello, welcome in, Vexel, welcome. Week in my family, we have 3 birthdays in 2 days. Let's go. Yeah, Jack Warrior. He's considered around World Cup winning nights. Yeah, those peculiar statistical trends. Yeah, the castle will go down, and that's the thing. Jack Warrior right now has some advantages. He's reaching the goth late game, and yes, Malians are superb in late game, but goths are also a good late game sieve. This is not a game where Jack Warrior got crushed. I think just Metal Mania had better timings. Metal Mania had some great engagements. Of course, there's a water as well. Metal Mania is fish trapping a little bit. Yeah, the 30C sooner. My sister and her husband had the birthday on the same day. That sounds like a maths problem. My sister and her husband have the birthday on the same day. The husband is a twin too, and their second child is 2 days after. What is the name of the... It was a busy birthday week. What is the value of X exactly? I like how these two Albanians are causing more damage to Metal Mania's economy. I think Metal Mania had a really good sense of timing this game. I think that's most of what happened. Because Jack, I think Jack Warrior right now is pressuring, but like the rest collective, can Jack Warrior still win this? If Jack Warrior wins this, it's gonna be yeah, Overboom is a risk. I'm up to you on Wednesday. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Pelon. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead of ya. Gunpowder is in for metal. Gun beats infantry. Jaguar is taking into everything through. And Overboom for the 70 eco is... Yeah, that's the problem. The 70 eco is the problem. That Metal Mania can afford to lose like half of this space and still have a better eco run. And I mean, there is a win condition for Jack Warrior here. He's attacking the production. I will try to deny wood here, and I think Metal Mania knows that that's the win condition, so he's securing wood with castles. I will try to... I think the best move for Jack Warrior here, he can't win the outboom and everything, would be to full-on deny wood mode. Yeah, bombard cannons out of Malians will take care of the threats here. The threats are the main threat. The horns of war rage across the land. Higui! The TCs fire without arrows. Metal Mania sounds like an awesome band name. Yes, Metal Mania coming soon to Vago's Metal Fest. And hello, Primeval Stasis. Yes, we are still on game number 1. Everyone knows that Volcanic Island is the most boomy of maps of this entire tourney. Every match that I've casted on Volcanic Island is always a long one. People have told me that this is a fast-paced map. Every single match I cast here is over an hour. If this is over an hour, it will be the second one. Yeah, yeah, Hussar, I mean, light cav, not Hussars, and hand cannoneers are a great comp. Is Farimba in? Not yet, because this light cav will be very happy. Every time any game is cast on any map, it shakes what I thought I knew about said map. That is the choice of casting. I think one of my matches was less than an hour, but yeah, definitely not quick. He might have thought Tigui was Farim, but that could be it. Tigui and Farim are very different types in terms of what they do. And that's the thing now. Jaguar is the one that's being pushed off of wood, and he did have a small boom, a small army lead for a while, but I think his push has ran out of steam. And yeah, he's locked into this corner. Map control is on Metal Mania's side. Army control is on Metal Mania's side. Still a valiant effort from Jaguar. Still trying to reach the 1 hour mark. But yeah, the joys of casting. One of the reasons why I like casting is that I think this is something I defend. Is that there are two types of good streams. Streams that are very relatable for the viewer, and streams that allow the viewer to experience something that they can't experience anywhere else. For example, if you're watching Hera, it is cool because you're watching Hera play Age of Vampires. That is something that anyone can do, but you're watching him playing at a level that us mortals cannot achieve. So he's providing a unique experience, which is, oh, I can see what it's like to be the best player in the world from the hands of someone else. Whenever you cast, you are providing an experience to the viewers that they can't have anywhere else. I mean, you can hop onto a Discord call with Beargwyn and have, hey, Beargwyn, cast a match. But enjoying Age of Empires as a community, with this back and forth with viewers, is something that only us casters can provide, and it provides you different insights into the games. And now the Light Cav are here. They don't look like Farimba Light Cav in terms of the damage I'm seeing. The Knights do have a great engagement here on the hand cannoneer. Nice army control and nice engagement out of Metal Mania. How is Metal Mania out of Jaguar? Sorry, how is Jaguar still in this game? Jaguar had some beautiful engagements and unit control this game. Like, by all counts, by all metrics, he should be out. He will be out soon. But he finds way of holding, and I think there, like a Farima played such a huge role in that attack. I only do tournaments just to get hang out with everyone on gas, honestly. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, and that's the thing, for I, quote-unquote, retired from competing in tournaments because I gave up on being the best Age of Empires in the world. Best Age of Empires player in the world. I mean, I probably won't become the best caster in the world, but I want to invest in my skills as a caster. And we see here the Knights raiding the economy. Jaguar is still doing a lot of right things. Taking down the bombard cannon. Just that... he's fighting such an uphill battle. Oh, and I saw your comment, Dizzy. Streams that are good and then your streams. I forgot to address it. I was mid-talk and I was like, let's not interrupt your train of thought. Finish what you are saying and then address Dizzy's comment. I did see that. I was on rage mode after this engagement. Like, you're playing with under 100 pop and we did beat the 1 hour mark. And somehow... Like, I don't know how you still have a presence in the game. I still think you cannot... If you win this, I will be so shocked. And that's the thing. I keep looking at this wood line. 200k res difference. That's insane. I keep looking at this wood line and I keep thinking, what if somehow you manage to deny all of Metal Mania's wood access? I mean, it's hard. He has stone for like 2 more castles still. The bombards are in. Farimba is not in. It's Farimba not in. I'm a true Farimba appreciator. University! True! Time to research Challenger, cut all and let the crop rotation guy win. Yeah, I agree, Lottie. And like, if he was building no light cav, fair. The amount of light cav that Metal Mania is using for raids, and he's probably like, why are my metal cav? Yes, metal cavalry. Why are my light cavs so weak? And meanwhile, he has the upgrade that makes. Oh, this is nice. Finding value with and this map, by the way, has so much stone. That's what they call it. Yeah, these are my metal cavs. They will scourge your economy. Go for. Gem Scarls. Oh, yeah. Malian Huskarls are. Yeah, this is. We have the 2 Huskarl Thieves facing up against each other. Oh, will this be another great engagement here? The gunpowder shots are missing. Do go down. I don't think more bombards will go down. There will be crabs going down. Yeah, but that death ball. More. They are moving forward to escape. Another goes down. And another one. Oh, even dodging. Like, what is this micro? How are you so far behind? Damn, and he takes on the other bombard. Is Jag Warrior the new Beargwyn? Jag Warrior knows how to play the game, but only when he's losing. If he's winning, he throws away units, he goes into bad engagements. When he's losing, he becomes the best player ever. Are you the new Beargwyn? And GG's called. Yeah, I think. I'm surprised you stayed in the game for so long. I'm really surprised. And that's the thing. Sometimes you see players staying for long and they are just. They could be laming or something. No, you were microing, you were trying your best, and in some moments you had engagements that really surprised me. But I think it was such an uphill battle. You didn't have caster vision. Score is like 4k difference. But still, GG. Great game. GG. Let me add you one victory to Metal Mania. I say you, your Metal Mania is not in chat. It is Jaguar. But let's see. We've seen reverse sweeps. We've seen everything happen. What was the plan with Goths, by the way? You are the plus 400 Elo Beargwyn, true Jag Warrior. Yeah, that is a good question. Maybe sometimes the Goth speak is just, okay, there's no... I want to use the Goth somewhere, let's use them here. Let me add this as a victory too. Metal Mania. Mania. And in terms of civs, we had the Goth falling versus the might of the Malian. Better pushing feudal early cast. Yes. But yeah, fighting against the Malians is not easy. So I need to do a very quick break. I hate to do a break already after match number 1, but I have to do a very quick break, but I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Do not leave your seat. Take the opportunity to hydrate and stretch a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm back, and yes, it was a long match number 1. I did say it was going to be a fast break. Need more crackers for my cheese. Very understandable. That's like cookies and biscuits or crackers with cheese is one of my favorite. Let me load up match number 2, and we are probably going to one of Jack Warrior's home maps. January eruption for Alpine Lake. Jaguar does like a well, maybe Malay Alpine Lake for match number 2. I wonder. But true start strong. True. Let me load in. I'm ready with match number 2. Let me just hydrate, and then we'll jump right into the action on the Champions Semifinal. Champions Bracket Semifinal of the Forlorn Cup hosted by Beargwyn. Let's call the event by its full name. As respectable casters. So let's hop right back into Capture Age. And we do not have the Malay here. I am surprised. We have, in the south, in the grey color, currently ahead in the semifinals, it is Metal Mania commanding the might of the Italian. And in the north side of the map, in his beloved green color, we have Jag Warrior leading the Wu. Wu are a great civ. Are the Wu the one who get food? Yes. They get food from dogs, usually dog in this map. They have the John Swordsman. Yes, they have a bunch of swordsmen that are named John. I am John, I hold sword. And this is Alpine Lakes. Kind of Arabia-ish, I would say. But the pond provides such a different start. And of course, I think the wood layout is way more open than modern Arabia. Hola, become in love. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing the Age of Empires commentary tonight. Aren't there Romans too? What is the difference between the Romans and the Italians? I hate the trenches. Yeah, there are some trenches in the middle. So, one thing at a time. One of the things about Alpine Lakes is the trenches here. They can start some horrible engagements in the trenches. And of course, there's also the aesthetical aspect of it. The food is horrible for the MZ. MZ. But aren't there Romans too? What is the difference between Romans and Italians? Basically, Age of Empires spans a period of history, and they need to sell more DLC and more content. The Italians is Romans plus gods, true. There's one thing, there's the historical context, and there's also the gameplay context. In terms of gameplay, they are very different, because Romans are more specialized in siege and infantry, Italians are more specialized in archers, but yeah, you have the Byzantine Empire, you have the Roman Empire, and you have Italy. You also have the three kingdoms of China, and you have China as a civ as well. Once you've been enough time in the Age of Empires community, you accept. You accept these things. That's why Portugal is Portugal for such a long period, and we never changed names. Nice walling here. There's also Sicily. Yeah, Italians is incredibly vague considering that Italy wasn't quite that vague. True, you could have gone for Venetians, for Florence. There's so many different things you could have gone for. Italy, like Italy as a region, the Italian peninsula, is a very old designation of a region, but Italy as a country is extremely recent. Don't give this idea. Yeah, next DLC. Yeah, the ships, you can now, that's one of the recent changes in Age of Empires. You can garrison the ships into docks and they will fire arrows like DCs. The Normans mix with the Maghreb influence and the local influence, the Papal State. Yes, just grab the map from Europa Universalis and get every single thief from that into Age of Empires. I'm not thinking about Modern Born, just about how every match of Total War goes for me. Yeah, Total War could be another franchise. In terms of the game, not a lot of action, of course. They are just doing solid starts. Both have 3 fishing chips. Jaguar has the V lead because he's clicking later to Feudal Age. I think... I just realized that typo, Beargwyn. Ah, yes! The great civilizations of the Italian peninsula. The Genoese, the Pisans, the Annelid, the Analytics, and the Venetians. Yeah, Costa d'Amalfi, yes. The freaking Analytics. My favorite civ. I mean, that would be Spirit of the Law's main civ. I think Japanese is usually his go-to civ, at least it used to be. If Analytics got added into the game, we would have a new favorite civ for Spirit of the Law. So, no militia yet from either side. Double BX as soon as Age Up is reached. And of course, we have the Italians. They do have fishing... Not fishing ships, they have cheaper fishing ships. I'm maintaining the Beargwynians in the next DLC. Japanese were my fave civ as a kid. Oh, I was one of the normies that likes... Oh, Teutonic Knights exist. So Teutons are my favorite civ. Cataparco. Yes, makes sense, makes sense. And we see Mel Mania going for Archer Aggression. Will Jack Warrior's build... He has good walling of the map. Seems to be a fast castle. And archer openings are one of the most punishing openings for fast castle. And Jaguar avanzó a Edad Feudal. So this is Spanish, right? My mind is buffering. Presto. Feliz Navidad. Feliz cumpleaños, Beargwyn. Feliz cumpleaños. I remember how to say. But yeah, the first archers will arrive and Jaguar has no military at all. As an archery range, so he could start adding some heavy completion. And blacksmith. Archers, I would prefer skirmishers here because yes, your opponent has a scout, it's not that strong. And archers versus archers comes down to micro. If you have a skirm for defense, you nullify your opponent's pressure so much. And you just want to buy time here as Jag Warrior. You just want to you are geared towards Castle Age, you want to reach that Castle Age. But we see more and more archers on the field, so this will be archers versus archers. And the Italians, when does Pavis kick in? It's already in. This used to be the unique tech Pavis, now it was replaced by by Pyrotechnia. And Furcharchers and Condottieri have +1 armor. So the Italian archers will be slightly better. They also have cheaper university techs, but that isn't relevant yet. Only for ballistics. Nice save there. No villagers down yet, and second archery range is added. Fletching is in for both players. And Jaguar is probably abandoned all ideas of a fast castle, and he's thinking, okay, I will clear this army with my own archers and then counterattack. We see the micro dance. We see more. This is how you should move your units, by the way. You have an army, you stack another bunch of units, you send them forward. Cross with the John Swordsman is cool. Yeah. There's the John Swordsman as a follow-up. Oh, 1-0, first kill of the game. First blood, second blood, no, double kill. Oh, now Jaguar loses some of his own units, and yeah, Archer wars are quite ruthless. And now the skirms are being added, and the skirms will completely nullify the Archer presence. Metal Mania is playing as Italians, so he does have cheaper age up. Italians are just such a cool bundle of bonuses. They're one of my favorite civs of the game, because they have a very complete tech tree. They are good with a lot of things, like even their light cap, they have access to hussars. They have the Genoese crossbowman, which can be superb in countering a lot of good unique units and in a lot of situations. They have the cheaper university tax, which I adore. Gunpowder units are cheaper for the late game, so that's very useful in, especially in bombard cannon wars. And their barracks, you can skip a lot of tacking up, a lot of research, because if you want to tack into infantry in the late game, just go straight towards Condottiero. You don't need to have all the militia line upgraded, and they will even have the bonus versus gunpowder. Yeah, forgetting double B-Rex is painful. It was never planned. Oh, you say that fast castle was never a plan? I say you forgot double B-Rex because you wanted to rush fast castle so much that you even ignored double B-Rex. And Metal Mania's army is so massive. Metal Mania is playing... This is how I played the game back when I used to know how to play the game. Just keep piling up archers and add farms behind, and eventually you'll have enough eco to go age up with a big pile of archers, and then you get archer upgrades in Castle Age, and you snowball that into the victory. And that's the thing, all of these fights, once again, were in Jaguar's territory. And he lost 2 villagers here to the forward pressure. But Jag will be the first to Castle Age, but he's in a position where it's going to be hard to convert that into a lead. I think the best thing that the fast, quote-unquote, fast castle will give him, faster castle is more of a correct way to say him, is if he wants to add a second TC, he can do it earlier, and also can start massing John Swordsman earlier. Yeah, each DLC, like the secret agenda of the dev is that each DLC is more names that you have to pronounce. And I think they are John Swordsman, and there's like the Heiguang Cavalry and everything. I'm not good at pronouncing names from Chinese origin. If it's Japanese names, yes, I speak Japanese, I can pronounce them quite well. They're punishing T90 with the names through. And me! And there's a thing. They can't do a Portugal DLC because there's no more Portugals in the game. But you're trying that beauty above all US American streamers. Let's go! What will be the next expansion about? No idea. The last one had a lot of funny names if you're a Portuguese speaker. With the bolas and... I don't even know how to say the name of the unit until it comes up. It won't come up in this name. I will laugh so hard. Basically, the 2 of the new unique units that were added into the game are names of... are very funny sounding in Portuguese. The names of some of the new unique units. I do try. And I do not say cow cow. I think it's Cao Cao. I'm having a blank. He's everyone mad at America. Shout out to America. Shout out to my American friends. That's one thing that I noticed, and I noticed that in stream times and everything. When I stream Age of Empires, the percentage of European audience that I have is way bigger than, for example, when I stream Go, I have a lot more American viewers. I've noticed that. And when I stream Age of Empires, there's a lot more European viewers. But yes, Gimbal specified streamers. Only the American streamers are at fault. I hope you don't stream Pickle McDillionaire, you're one of the cool ones. Just joking. I have so many cool American friends. And one of them is Almantas. And Almantas pronounces all of these names better than me. He has cast Age of Empires with me in the past. I need to bring him back on one of these days. Almantas says all of these names better than me. He's a sociologist, a former sociologist, university professor that studied a lot of languages and cultures and everything, so he will nail every single name. But okay, back into the action. Enough talk. We see the Jung Swordsmen are out on the field, but this is such a massive crossbows. The thing about crossbows is that they are very easily stopped by buildings. If there's one build that I understand is crossbows, once they find damage, they can end the game if they find a good angle. The problem is mangonels can flat them. If these crossbowmen start finding good damage and just taking down this will be nice damage. Of course, the dogs can be garrisoned now. And we see Volcanero on the way for Jaguar. That's going to increase the reach of the dogs. It is a bit of damage being dealt. The Europeans love Age of Empires, not surprised. There are blood vampire all over the place. Okay, let me... Yeah, John Swordsman are strong versus archers. But archers are the unit that scales the most with numbers in the game. Of course, you can say, oh, it's CA, not archers. But I mean, that's archers on a C. There is some counter damage here being dealt by Jaguar, but the mess... Like, Metal Mania has 40 military units. That's so much. That's an unfortunate placement for a siege workshop. Just a mango here could deal so much damage. And are these enough units? Oh, the John Swordsmen are really strong versus archers. I had no idea how strong they were. They are shredding those archers. Look at the damage. I knew they were resistant. I didn't know how their damage output was. And yeah, archers scale with numbers. How many streamers pronounce Kamai correctly though? I do know how to... I know just one. His name is TheNando. Let's go! Almantas, I was complimenting him. He's the one who taught me how to pronounce Kamai. My minor gripe with Unite is that he sees a unit name that he said how it's spelled, starts saying it, invent sounds because he assumes there's a threat, and then says, I can pronounce that, yes! The John Swordsmen were way more effective, and I like this follow-up. Because Metal Mania is booming with 3 TCs. Sadly, and that's due to lack of information, the castle is not in a place where it covers a lot of strong targets. The idea is the correct one. I think the placement could be better if we knew, if he had the same vision that we do. But I like the follow-up with the castle there. That's going to take down the walls. The Junk Swordsmen are... Look at the KD, 44 in favor of Jag Warrior. And we see a defensive castle. That's a good response to the castle. And then, this kind of becomes a race to him. And both of them are pulling a little bit of wood. I wonder if they will abuse market, but the building had a little nice call, and the castle is interrupted at 68%. And I don't think that castle is going to get killed. And that's a lot of stone. Metal Mania, in one fell swoop, switched the pacing of the game. After the John Swordsman were in the field, Metal Mania was in such a bad position. Oh, mango shots here. They got... Oh, but the John Swordsman are here in the infantry. While that was happening, that's why also Jaguar wasn't paying that much attention. And does Metal Mania see this? He finally sees this, but that was a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. He did pay a price for this. He took down a lot of villagers, but he lost a superb, not a superb, but he lost a good castle placement. Would be interesting if eventually a Welsh chief shows up that Nando can flex his outstanding 12 pronunciation skills. Yes. Tons of damage. Emotional damage. Yeah, these are middle-aged skirms. They won't do much. Pikeman? Pikeman? Question mark? Maybe to use spikes to raid the infantry. Raid the economy. That's literally the only use I can see for pikeman in this matchup. It is to raid the economy with some pikes. And Metal Mania was starting to run away with eco lead. That pressure there with the John Swordsman did even out. This match is so even. Like, the previous one was also so even until it wasn't. They keep finding damage, they keep finding angles. And I mean, pikeman now makes sense. Now pikeman makes sense. And I mean, it's about covering your weaknesses. You know that your John Swordsman are weak versus knights, so knights are probably on the way. So you add their counter. And hello, Sarutibi! This go board really looks like a horse. Yes! The horse move here. It is... I will have to get used to it. I remember when I was watching the Tout casting alongside T90. And Tout was like, I hate the new water. Why? Because it's different. Why change it? Old water was a lot better. I like how... I don't always agree with Tout, but I always like the way he expresses his opinion. Man, Tout is a treasure of the Age of Empires community. Yeah, now the pikeman makes sense. They do regenerate a little bit of HP. Both have roughly the same metal DC. Metal Mania is about to even out the DC count. Metal Mania with 1k res collected ahead, but this is still anyone's game. Italians have a very strong late game though. I feel like WoW are really powerful in Castle Age, especially early Castle Age, and Italians are one of the best late game civs of the game. Thought when mule carts were released, thought they were the coolest thing ever. He actually really quite open to new stuff. Yeah, the water in specific, I know he didn't enjoy it because I saw his commentary. Like, why change it? Previous water is good. And I think the thing I hated the most about old water was the tab from the docks. Like having to tab to a different tab in the docks. And also the new water. It's hard to judge new water now because it's still very new. Like, a lot of elements in this game have gone over 20 years of balance. We have new water, so maybe wait 20 years before judging new water. Imagine how this patch will look in 20 years. But yeah, we see Metal Mania with the raids now. These raids cause damage, these raids buy time. He's getting devotion, increasing the resistance of the knights. Yeah, clears the raid, doesn't lose a lot of units. Knight's Castle here from Jag Warrior. A lot of players think castles need to be either super aggressive or super defensive. Sometimes a positional castle is enough, and this castle secures stone. Stone gives you more castles gives you more map control. I actually really like this castle. New water unit triangle are fine, but garrison chip deals too much damage. Yeah, I was surprised that I knew that you could garrison docks. I thought they would just be garrison, but not fire arrows. The problem with 3K castle is that they have no use. Oh yeah, the Three Kingdoms. True! You can't build traps out of the castles. You have your traction traps. The siege. Yeah, traction trebuchet. For you, unique tech and conscription. Yeah, what are the who's unique tech? Oh, the water fire archer team. Fire archer, I never played with a wool. And I want fire archers to work so badly. Fire archers are kind of doomed because they're my dream of a concept. But I think fire archers will always be too strong or too weak. I feel like if they are strong, they will be too strong. And having them be too strong will be bad, so they will always have to be too weak. That's kind of what I feel like. So I don't think they will ever work as a core unit of a Civ, but I really like the concept of archers that counter buildings, because I hate fighting against buildings with my archers. Two-handed swordsman, chainmail armor. Two-handed swordsman? I mean, you can tech into champions. If you're Italians and imps in, I would consume condottiero and not two-handed swordsman. I mean, the two-handed swordsman, true, maybe as a counter to the John. No, Trevic was not a real thief, true. Gold is precious. Yes, that is true. Britain main likes infinite range of fire archers. I'm shocked. True. I deserve that one. Water archers. Yeah, give me a Civ with fire archers, water archers, earth archers. Ooh. And this is the goal. Okay, Condotieros are already out of the field, but you start raiding from the side. Yeah, this game, by the way, has transitioned into a different stage. This is now what we call late game. This is what we call Imp. And Imp is a lot about eco raiding, a lot about map control, about unit comp efficiency, and about who can reach 200 first. Metal Mania's economy is ready for Imp Wars. Jag Warrior's economy is on the way there, and that makes a huge difference. Metal Mania will have a timing lead in Imp. You see the castle here will probably be just a little bit too late. What are they doing? The John melt to the Condottiero. They will melt to the champions as well. And Jag Warrior's economy is now all completely exposed. Trying his best to get this castle up, trying to get some archery ranges. Do they have gunpowder units? Yeah, I think... Yeah, no hand cannoneer. I think a lot of the Three Kingdoms scenes in late game, they do have options and they can be extremely strong. But I often see players crumbling with them. It feels like something is off. I mean, there's the obvious element, which is the threads. Sorry. But I don't think that's just it. I've seen in a lot of games the pattern repeating that the Three Kingdom Thieves crumble in late game. And I think Jag Warrior... I think this will go to 2-0 now. And duo seems like Jaguar is being crushed. You look at the duo, but I don't think Jaguar is being crushed at all. I think we had two extremely even games where Metal Mania held on and had a better late game. And we see here the massive traction traps from Jaguar. You are missing my push. I arrived here. I just arrived. You're like, I just destroyed so many things in my push and you arrived there when it is falling. Sorry, Jag Warrior. Yeah, the long swordsmen are so strong. What are the unique unit of the? Ooh, I mean the fire archer. Yes. All the traction traps fall down at the end. Exactly. Sorry. And now we have actual traps here. Castles will start crumbling. Yeah, beating a Italian late game. Even guilds on the way for the market. From an actual sieve. And those are like 6 traction traps. That's a decent number. But WoW currently have no answer on the field, no ARPs on the field to counter the champions. And Italian late game, even now, I never played a lot with Pyrotechnia. That makes their hand cannoneers amazing. But Italians are such a strong Steve. I will let chat decide. Was this game a Civ win? Does chat believe that this game was a Civ win? I think I know Gimote's opinion on that. By the way, I'm rooting for you. I just like the 3 Chinese Civs. Yeah, and a lot of people, like I see a lot of people saying that... a lot of people are like, oh, the new DLC is amazing. I mean, even though it has some glaring issues as well, it's being well received. And I think one of the reasons why the new DLC is getting well received is that people are comparing it to Three Kingdoms, and I don't think Three Kingdoms was that well received for a lot of reasons. When did I say? I have no idea what I said or what you said, Jack Warrior. I'm not saying that you said it was a Civ win. I'm saying that I think maybe it was a Civ win. And now the map control. It's just encroaching. Metal Mania is spreading the metal. And remember, one of these players is going home, the other will move on to the final of the champion bracket. And I mean, this is about honor, this is about glory. Imagine you pull up your new job interview and you say, oh, I won the champion bracket of Beargwyn's Cup. You get immediately hired. My eyelids are closing themselves. I'll have to watch back the vault. Yeah, I don't know how old you are now, but yeah, it's your birthday. You're now getting old. I understand. You need to go to bed soon. Nah, just joking with you, Beargwyn, once again. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. And GG's called by Jag Warrior. And I agree that the DLC is badly balanced. I'm hoping to be able to put it on my resume, trying my best. GG. Also, for you, Tommy, I think the other final was already casted, or cast. If not, I was going to cast both semifinals. But I think someone covered it. I'm not remembering who. So you are the other finalist, so you are scouting your opponent today. And GG, welcome in, Sugi Yamagawa. I'll provide certificates you can send prospecting boy. Yeah, add Beargwyn's Discord to your, like, sometimes on the CV, depending on what you're applying for, you have like contacts that you can add, like recommendations. You can add Beargwyn's contact. Yeah, and good night, Beargwyn. GG. And yeah, there's at least one more. I mean, Jaguar can reverse sweep this. The games are, even though it's 2-0, all the games are being quite close. Jaguar is the slowest player, though. And I mean, he got the ELO climb recently, so it makes sense that his speed is still catching up. But yes, we had a second win for Metal Mania here in Alpine Lakes, one of Jaguar's home maps. So Metal Mania right now is the favorite. Let me update the sieves. Stallions, one of the best sieves in the game, have defeated the Woo. Not the Who, not the Woo that is also a metal band. Just, yeah, I don't know. And we have George Malay. I was surprised not to see Malay here. Romans, Mongols. Mongols strong. And yeah, Metal Mania clearly an archer player. Britons, still Maya are also so good. So yeah, if I'm losing 2-0, even if I'm not a Mongol player, I would Mongol Hail Mary scout it. That would be my game plan. I would go maybe for something and Mongol Hail Mary, even if I'm not a Mongol player. Let's see what happens on game number 3. Ooh, ooh, very peculiar. Oh, and I'm not going to leave you guessing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to match number 3 of this Beta 5 series. We are watching Beargwyn's Forlorn Cup, and in the north side of the map, in the green color, we have Jaguar commanding the Malay, and he's facing off against Metal Mania, who is in command of the Mayas, here in the gray color in the south. And this is an interesting matchup, Malay versus Maya. I think Maya makes sense for this, and I'm expecting... Okay, you're playing versus Maya in this map. Jaguar, archers are coming. There's zero doubt about it, archers are coming. Malay are a great sieve. I think Malay are one of those sieves that are just good on every single map, on every single location. Before anything, what is that map? Oh, let me look at the map, Jen. Yeah, you are quite close to each other, not symmetrical. Jaguar stone gold in the back. 4 wood lines that are not very good. Or 4 or 3? 4. I got cheated on my backyard. Some hares and a wild boar. Only one L separates Malay and Maya. True. The strip of land behind. This? Oh! I understand what you mean! Because in this game, you often expand back. Yes, I get what you mean, because you're in a corner, you can expand on this way for Metal Minion, that's a lot of resources. You have nothing. Like, this corner is too big to wall. And you have no backside of resources. They're both mammalians. Jack, watch my wreck versus Ghost Rider. No complaint from you, lol. This is the Forlorn Cup, where if you don't complain about the maps, you are expelled from the competition. I think Beargwyn, if he had enough free time, which I assume he doesn't, he should do a compilation of every single comment, every single commentary that is criticizing the maps. That's a great idea. Yeah, I won't do it because I'm always out of time. But Beargwyn, do a compilation of everyone criticizing every single map. But it is like we know that this cup was created in that spirit. Not in the spirit of the law, but in the spirit of the Forlorn. And it is to showcase why maps that aren't played, and if they aren't played, usually there's a reason for it. And I think the jest of saying that the maps are bad, of course, sometimes it's your own frustration for a bad map spawn, but I think it also, it's part, I think it actually adds value to the competition, because usually any of us, if we are playing against Hera, we cannot win. If it's the Forlorn Cup, maybe Hera's map gen will be so bad that you can defeat Hera. There is always hope. The map giveth and the map taketh away. And that's one thing that I do appreciate in bad map gens. Is that they won't always favor the same player. Sucks to be on the worst end of it. And sometimes you need to adapt your strategy because of that. But it adds an element to the game. Compare that to StarCraft, where the maps have no randomization whatsoever. This turn you start in good faith approaching obscure maps like, oh yes, that could be interesting. And slowly fall into cynicism, and I understand why the maps were removed. I honestly believe, like, we are joking about the Forlorn documentary. I think this map is kind of like a social experiment made by Beargwyn. I think we have like hidden cameras in all of our apartments right now. He's watching it all. And this is one of those social experiments. He's going to do a video. I forced 100... I don't know how many players are in the tournament. I forced 100 players to play Bad Age of Empires maps. This is what happened to there. A Jag Warrior losing that unit early on does pay. In these early engagements, snowballing is key. And honestly, I'm surprised to see the Mayan Barrack. I was joking with the map. Now that the boss Beargwyn isn't here, I was expecting straight into archery ranges. But this is kind of the trend that they've been playing. And we see Mana Charms on the way for Jag Warrior. Of course, he is melee. He aged up faster. So he does have those advantages. Melee are just strong sieve overall. For units, it will be 4 versus 4, but Jag Warrior already lost one. Nice scout of the micro, it will be very easy. Nice scout of the micro. Nice micro of the scout. Please enunciate your words correctly and say things that make sense, Nakasa. Nice micro of the scout. And now it is numerical difference. And did he see the archery range? He doesn't see the archery range. And Metal Mania is not staying behind. He's not walling. Yes, I'm your favorite streamer, Nando da. Nando da. Nando da. And I do wonder, Jaguar picking the melee, if he has any intention of, okay, I'm going to wait for every single resource to run in the map, run out in the map, go for forced Levi and water fish traps, and boom. The Nani? Nani? Omae wa mo shindeiru. Nani? Hai, boku wa Nihongo ga hanasemasu. No Nihongo wa mada joutsu janai kedo ganbatte imasu. Forward I usually don't struggle with that word. Thalassocracy docs? Yeah, could be for thalassocracy docs. The marchers here, 1-to-1 on the KD. Like this unit control. And This unit control is what sets a lot of 1600 ELO players from their weaker counterparts. The 1500, the 1400. Like 4 to 5 in unit KD. Wait, why did you sing the wrong Nando demo, but an even better one? Nando demo. And oh, wait. I even glitched out the map. The walling in? Cheap Maya walls wall in with the dog? Okay, now you need Teletocracy dogs to break out of your own base.
Swasti.
Were you expecting me Kratos to sing that? Nando demo. Da, 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 da. I didn't see the dog. I mean, oh, you don't even have vision of it. A lot of Japanese songs talk about Nando. Even my river want my death. This was a good play by Metal Mania. I like when yes, these maps are quote unquote weird, but I like when maps get played like the style of the map influences the game, and this is one of those situations. Like, this is such a good play, and this was done so early that Jaguar couldn't have sneaked out. You can't build a sneak dog. The game has just changed. All Metal Mania needs to do is survive. No matter how weird the maps are, the players can always out-weird the maps. True. I mean, the Hulks aren't having that much in the engagement there. And I think they're not good versus archers. Yeah, Hulks have almost no pierce armor. They're really bad versus archers. The thing I would be scared about. I know that Hulks were added to the game and they're the shiny new thing, but I think Metal Mania with Galleys here would be a lot more threatening. I think Galleys here would have been a much better play than Hulks. Everyone just had Hulks. And these archers in the front also are rough. Will this game get decided in feudal? I mean, it kind of feels like it. Don't fight weird, be weirder. Exactly. Jag Warrior, TC drop. I mean, you can't build a transport ship and TC drop. Go for the melee douche. To be even more weird, TC drop, nah, transport, and use your transport ships to TC drop Metal Mania. TC Galley on the way. Jaguar does have a considerable massive units. Towering the dock. And I wonder now, in this game, imagine this was game number 1 or number 2. I don't think Jaguar will be that much affected here, and I think maybe Metal Mania doesn't risk this much. The fact that you're winning 3-0 means that you can risk more, and I think this strategy works better because Metal Mania is 2-0 ahead. He can risk more, he can... The crazier you are with this strategy, the better it is for you. And Metal Mania right now can afford to be very crazy. The tower is up. Sugi, are you over for the beer stream? Oh, I checked your beer stream a little bit. Sugi does such cool content. Woodworking, making beer. Playing Go, what a great board game. Shout out Sugi Yamagawa on YouTube. I injected by mistake my galley. No! No, I would need more beer. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, the dogs are... That's how I was born. You were... Oh, no! Yeah, and Jack Warrior did hold on well. Jaguar did hold on. Did held against the pressure.
Apa siya sana niya, Baginda?
Fire Galley is now out. And the Fire Galley will help in taking down those dogs. Repair wheels. This is the scary part right now. And will the SE5 on stone? Forward castle? Well, is relative to the uptime. Yeah. I mean, he's melee. He's getting there. If you had a market, sell some wood, buy some food, and you reach the next stage in seconds. Also, Metal Mania got his fishing. I saw that. I didn't register, but yes, Metal Mania did get fishing lines. That's the new dog hotkeys for ya. If you're playing new dogs for the first time, be careful because I had my fishing ships and my... Was it the demos in the same hotkey? Oh, Metalmania avanzó a Edad de los Castillos. Red Bull Bulolo en Castillo de Almodóvar del Río. That was the previous. Yeah, Jag Warrior will soon click up to Castle Age as well. Will reach fast, and he also... Jag Warrior has fun for a castle, and a good castle here can clear everything. First thing I did when I patch dropped was start a bot game and fix a dog. Yeah, I had that happen. I was playing versus R-Base, and I was like, my dog isn't working, and R-Base like, ha 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 ha. I am R-Base, I am winning. Ha 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 ha. Oh, yeah, castle here. Jag. Transport. Castle. Crazy. You would become the fan favorite. The Doka plate wasn't a sneaky drop. True. But I mean, I was a... Oh, he's transporting. Let's go. Let's go. I believe. And he's like, no, this cannot be revealed. Go around. I love this. I love the YOLO-ness of this. No, Metal Mania has outposts everywhere. That's such a good play. This is Metal Mania's vision. I did not realize. Metal Mania sees it all. Metal Mania is a caster right now. Will this be a... No, and it's a TC! We don't want TCs, we want a million castles! Oh,
Shot it.
okay, at least a TC will be able to fight the crossbow. Yeah, the counter to weirdness. Outposts. Outposts are so powerful. When will outposts get nerfed? I hope never. I love outposts. People should be rewarded for outposting. I understand, but it's not clearing your pressure and it's not pressuring your opponent. It is to establish a little bit of a forward economy and to do this crossbowman. Not crazy enough, Metal. Give us the Whimsy. Metal is actually a... I mean Jag Warrior. Sorry. Give us the Whimsy, Jag Warrior. No, another counter castle, and this is a great castle out of Metal. And the foundation just stays up there like chillin'. No! Jag Warrior, you were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. Oh, now the counter push from crossbows is here. Jack Warrior is a fighter. We gotta give that to Jack Warrior. No matter how much in the back foot he is, but the castle goes up first. The Malay castle looks so beautiful. And now we have Castle v Castle War. Jaguar was the first one to look the Petard, so... But will he have economy to sustain the Petard wars? Villagers get ejected. Ooh, that was a bad rally point. And Jaguar isn't queuing up more because he has no food. Huge workshop to add some regs out of Metal Mania. It's great downhill here. Okay, 91, 47, 25. Okay, that was 22 damage. Yeah, Gray's downhill. Yes. Oh no, because these are garrison. That's the damage difference. No, I'm not sure if Gray's downhill. That difference was like, I was like, oh, there's a significant difference. Yeah, villager here in the center to repair, but now the Rams are on the way. The cards are on the way. Second TC out of Jack Warrior. He does have the TC lead. 3-1 TCs actually for Jack Warrior. And he, like, we are just focusing on one. These matches are hard to cast. I think Jack Warrior and Metal Mania are playing really well. I think Jack Warrior definitely proved why he's in the semifinals. He's showing us that he belongs in the semifinals, but Metal Mania is also showing us this is a great set. Oh, he's oh, it was just out of rage. I was like, he's the freaking murder holes in. Another ram on the way. Yeah, one hit, 2 villagers down. And Jaguar is not, his eco is a lot of balance because he's harvesting what he can. The lack of base behind is really harming him. If he had a solid economy like this right now, he would be in a much better position. Because sometimes these elements are irrelevant. In this game, it was very relevant. The lack of back base for Jack Warrior. I do gotta give him that. And now, yeah, another mining camp, gasoline, and Jack Warrior. If he had more food, he could go for a quick imp, but I don't think quick imp will be enough to win. A lot of this eco is inefficient. And we will see some plumed archers on the field now. Jaguar is casting all the hairs. Didn't even realize. It's the he heard that Hera is the, like, he heard, oh, Hera always wins, and he misheard and thought that saying meant Hera always wins. And yeah, Jaguar did click imp, and this is Malay imp. I forgot about that. It will arrive in Beargwyn, and he will be able to trap the castle. The problem is that he needs to defend the traps from the rams. The castle reaching the siege workshop is nice here. Oh, Jag will lose some economy, but he's already transporting out. Abandoned ship, abandoned island, and Metal Mania the aggressor. His economy is also open for now. Where are the mangoes or karambit? We know about the rams. True. Especially the karambit. The problem is the karambit will melt to plumed archers. The good thing about the karambit is that you can spam them fast. When you need them, they will arrive. Man, even taking on an archery range with wheels. And now Imp is here, and we see the first trap on the way. And he's gonna start snowballing.
Yeah.
freaking cheetah. And Jaguar is just desperate to finding any place to have some eco on. This is a Metal Mania house. I hope Jaguar sneaked back there, but Jaguar has reached a critical low economy now. While all of this was happening, while he's preparing the imp push and developing the trap, he was taking constant damage, and Metal Mania does have a lot of map control. And it will take some time until Jaguar can deal some significant damage. Like maybe some Karambit spam, but he can't Karambit spam, he has no eco. And the Plume Dodgers find the final hope. Oh, true, that they have imp armor. That is true. Because Malay have a 3 armor upgrade. But it's so much damage. And Metal Mini is always there to punish. Admin. Metal Mania is map hacking. Admin. He's always there. He has caster vision. The castle does go down, but at this point, it doesn't feel like it's significant damage enough. And I have to say that I think Jaguar in this set today showed a fighting spirit that a lot of players do not show. Jaguar played like always kept trying to find angles to stay in the game and try to find angles to keep winning. Like, a lot of players will just... It's not about giving up pressing the surrender button. A lot of players will give up mentally. And you can see that from the gameplay. You can see... Like, a player who has given up mentally will not get 5 villagers on a transport ship, even though he lost them all. Jaguar keeps fighting. He is definitely a warrior. Some would even say he's a Jag warrior. Like, trying to reboom, trying to add castles, probably think, okay, if my opponent thinks I'm down, if my opponent eases off, like, stops booming, if my opponent is not that solid, Jaguar could have made it back into some of these games. If Metal Mania stopped booming, stopped applying pressure, but Metal Mania also did a good job at staying ahead. It's like in Go. It's very easy to lose a game when you're ahead. And in Age of Empires, I feel like it's the same thing, but Metal Mania had the collectiveness and calm to stay ahead throughout the matches he was winning. And I see the Karambit here this will be satisfying to see the Karambit snipe this ram. And you do see the effect of Imp Armor there. Karambits are cheap, Karambits are spammable, and they still survive quite decently against the Plumed Archers. Metal Mini is still far away from me. Yeah, the Karambits can win these small engagements. They still a little bit of damage, push off the enemies. And the economy, this is the target. If the Karambits were here, they would find some damage, but now one of last bastions of Jaguar is crumbling. That's the thing, if Jaguar is microing, if he takes down 5 enemy troops and loses 1, Metal Mania has such a lead that that's still a good trade for Metal Mania. Metal Mania once again doing a fishing upgrade. Like, damn you, new hotkeys on the docks. Damn, adding a gate here, and yep. Jag Warrior knows, okay, he wants the glory of staying in Beargwyn Cup. He knows how much this matters. Crab does retreat, like he...
Apa Shasananya Baginda?
If I'm playing this game, I would let that trap die. I wouldn't have the mental fortitude. Yeah, metal adds more PCs. I wouldn't have the mental fortitude to keep playing this game actively. And look at the score. The score is so misleading. How is this 6,000 to 4,000? Metal Mania has almost tripled the pop. Foreign game can be so deceptive.
Apa sasananya Baginda?
Ooh, you see that's nice. And Jack Warrior is at the 40-minute. When you have less villagers than minutes passed in the game, you know that you're in a rough position. This moment is a good opening of the set. He just went to gold without vision of it. Oh. Maybe he is map. Nah, sometimes you're just... Like, I won't go back and watch the full replay, but sometimes you're just doing the natural pathing. And you do stumble. Like, that's very normal to happen. But yeah, grabs go down.
Yep.
But yeah, Jack Warrior probably is just unlucky there. He arrived exactly when I will lose the most. Exactly. Horrible luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timings in all of this set, as you are resilient, the timings were almost always against you. Almost throughout the entire set, it's like if Metal's attacks arrived 10 seconds earlier, if your unit was in that place 5 seconds earlier, if that thing happened 2 seconds later, it felt like a lot, and then those things start snowballing.
Shot it.
Look at them running with their shots. Is that a short or a skirt? Okay, it's a skirt.
Swasti.
26 villagers.
Apa Shasananya Baginda?
You took down the tower, Jack Warrior. Let's go. This could be a Legend of Jack Warrior video. Like, the KD, how is a game with this difference of the military KD, how is it so even still? You're like, Metal, I'm still imp your castle. If you want to kick me out of the game, you'll have to reach him. You have Jaguar, you have 18 villagers. If our... Okay, Jaguar, you can be thankful that our base isn't here. Because I find this charming, I like this. Our base would be screaming like, why are you not resigning? You have 32 pop. Why? But I am very confident that Metal Mania will win the set right now. And I think 3-0 is not representative of how close most of the maps were. And GG is called. The words of Neo because he goes. And GG is called. Exchanging the GGs, that is important. And Metal Mania moves on to the final. Well played. He's but a scratch. But well played, Jack Warrior. I think Metal Mania does deserve the win, and Tommy versus Metal Mania will be a great final, in my opinion, because I've cast both, and I'm very curious to see how that will happen, how they will perform. And I think Jaguar versus Metal Mania did have similar styles in a way. Send group patrol glitch abuse to the last stand, GG. But some moments, for example, remember early this game, this started with Jaguar losing a unit here. Then, okay, this is different. This was a nice strategy, the wall-in. It disrupted Jaguar's flow. But even with this disruption, Jaguar still had good eco and everything. The archers were here at the right time, forcing a wonky castle placement. Then there were the castle wars. Like, imagine those archers arrive a little bit later and the castle from Jaguar is already up. Then the other castle can't go up from Metal Mania. This was a set filled with what ifs, with small nuances, and I think 9 out of 10 small nuances, Jaguar was on the unlucky side of the stick. And that's unluck out of Jaguar, but we in Portugal have a saying, which is that luck takes a lot of effort, and if Metal Mania did punish Jaguar in all of those small moments, it was because Metal Mania was paying attention, Metal Mania was looking, and Metal Mania knew the correct steps towards victory and towards securing the set. So GG, well played. Let me update here the overlay. And this was modes. Metal Mania does win the 3-0 with the melee falling versus the might of the Maya. I was expecting the walling on both sides, depending of who would have win, but I wanted the back bastion. Yeah, the lack of back bastion was rough. Back bastion sounds like a tongue twister. And now I am unsure if I should cast another one or not, because I still have some energy, but I'm afraid if I start a new one, because best of 5 can be quite long, that I would get too tired halfway through it. What is chat feeling? And feel free to be sincere. If you're like, okay, I'm going to sleep in like 30 minutes, feel free to say that. I am curious to know if it is worth starting a new set, or if we need one. Because when it's best of 3s or playoff 3s, it's easier, because each set is like, if this was a best of 3 after, I would 100% go for it. I'd be happy for more, but do whatever's best for you. Yeah, if this was another best of 3, I will go to Beth. Have fun and thanks for the game, whatever you decide. Yeah, and that's the thing. I was just saying that Europe is a lot of Age of Empires viewers are from Europe, and a lot are people with jobs that wake up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and most of Europe is 1 hour later than me. So it's 11:15 in most of Europe. Being very honest, I won't be sleeping anytime soon. But maybe I think it will be a good idea to just do one set for today. When D90, what's the name of that? D90 Titans League Community Edition starts, I will be casting that as well, and we will have shorter sets and everything there. But now we are in the semifinals of the Beargwyn Cup, and I feel like if I start a new set, it can be... Imagine the last stream that it was a 3-hour set. Imagine I started a 3-hour set right now. By the way, now that I'm reaching the end, we can do a little bit of yapping. What did you feel about... I'm doing viewer questionnaires now. What did you feel about the no BGM? I tried it for the first time I'm not sure if it was the first time, at least first time deliberate. I tried casting without a BGM for Capture Age. Did you feel like, okay, for me it's the same. Okay, for me it's better. For me it's worse. I didn't even notice until you brought it up. I noticed something was different now that you brought it up. I hate it here. Feel free. I'm taking a little bit of time to do viewer questionnaires. Stop deciding for no sleeping at night. Sorry, Jaguar. I'm up at 5:45 a.m. Damn. I'm already eating my bedtime. TheNando, stop deciding. Sorry. Just a little bit more. Yep. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. But yes, if anyone is opinionated, what I'm risking right now by keep yapping and things like that is that someone is going to raid me and I'll be like, oh, I just got raided by someone big. No, I need to cast another set. Oh, I mean, not BGM. This, wait a second. Basically, I'm going to turn it on now so that people feel the clash. I'm about to turn it on. Yeah, the background music that should start playing up now, quite mildly today night, there was no background music. T-Night is on his way up, but he's not raiding anyone since the start of the... Oh, understandable. Yeah. I understand. Sometimes when you do your own big event, you establish some house rules like that. Let's see who I can raid. From Credentost's reaction, I think you maybe prefer with the background music. What do you feel like? I'm going to search for if there's anyone to raid. And good night, Jack Warrior. Thank you. I think I like the background music for menus, but it might be distracting between games. I can set it up. Only have it during the menus. GG Jag Warrior. Yeah, salute. I salute to the Jag Warrior. Yeah, I don't see anyone that... Like, I could raid T90, but he's also about to end. During the menus, it's more impactful. I agree for these yap moments. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it like this for tonight. It was a fun set, a fun stream, and I think if I start a new one, my energies will crash and burn in the middle of it. Let's take our wins while we're here. That was it for today. I'll be back. I should update my schedule screen, even though I won't show up because of a VTuber studio being turned off. Let me update this. This is an old one. Yeah. Wednesday, I'll be back from some Satisfactory with my VTuber friend Junk and Pom. And then Friday, we have more Go at Friday night. That was it for today. I had a blast. Thanks for everyone who joined the cast. Thanks for Jaguar and Metal Mania for playing such a great set. I had a fun time and I hope to see you in the next one. Please take care, please rest, and have a good one, y'all. Thanks for casting. I say thank you for joining and for participating in chat. Bye bye everyone, and have a great one.